All right, hopefully everyone is seeing my screen up here. I don't want to waste too much time on this just because we got to get going on the new stuff. So yeah, this looks pretty much perfect. You can have the curly braces up here. I tend to not have that, I think mostly because AP does, and I don't know, I just like the way it looks. It does not matter. I just realized that I'm messing with his code though, so I'm sorry about that.
It's not really much, it's whatever.
Let's space this out a little bit. If you notice his age is an int, it makes sense because age should be an integer. Well, I mean, I guess you could say 17 and a half if you wanted, but the best possible way of doing it is probably using it as an integer. Double, because he has a decimal place, he's gonna have to do that. If this was an int, it would not run. Well, part of it could, I guess, run, but it would
make it round. I'm not sure though.
Right? No? Oh, it's thinking. String favorite color is red. I like the use of camel case. That's awesome. So make sure you have that. And then, yeah, see, it yelled at me here. And then everything's printed to the screen. So it kind of reviews the system.out.print line for each of those. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You do not need this import up here. Oops, I capitalized double. That's embarrassing. We'll go over that later. This you do not need, so if you're confused, he probably needs it for something. You don't actually. Oh wait, did it show up because of the capital double? That's embarrassing. That's my fault. Sorry, buddy. Geez. All right. Anyway, yeah, this is perfect. Are there any questions on anything on this? So this is what I did. So I threw a bunch of stuff in there similar to him. I just actually have it where it's like a string here, and then printing it out. It's concatenating that with it. So when it runs, it just kind of prints out prettier to the screen. Ben could have totally done this. It's super easy, obviously, but I just want to show you kind of the output of it. Blue Jay puts a stupid space in there. I can't fight that, but it just says stuff. It's very basic. Number 2 is this one right here. So read through it. This is an AP problem. Read through it, submit your answers. All right, still missing a couple people, but we'll keep moving on here. So 87% of people marked C, which is the correct answer. So very good job on that. It says it's intended to calculate the circumference of a circle with a diameter d of 1.5. The circumference is equal to the diameter times pi. Which of the following should replace? And you do got to get used to that replacing where it says missing declarations, because you're going to see that a bunch in this class. It's just kind of how AP words a lot of their questions. Yeah, some of the other ones you can kind of see why they don't work out, but with 87%, I don't want to waste too much class time going over this. If you do have questions later on, though, there should be plenty of work time. And then from here, I'm going to hit new class, and then I'm going to name it whatever I want. It doesn't matter, because Blue Jay is going to automatically rename it when I paste the code in. So I just wrote it as section 113, and if you notice, it renamed it 113 right here. Okay. If you notice there was lines there, I just hit a Control K. Control K just compiles it. So if you ever make a change on anything, it does the lines like that. And then if you can compile it here if you really wanted, just Control K, or you can compile it here. It doesn't really matter. All right, the things we're going to be going over today is evaluating, or you should be able to, by the end of this activity, evaluate arithmetic expressions in program code. And then it says evaluate what is stored in a variable as a result of an expression with an assignment statement. Okay, so you're basically going to be doing a bunch of math with the variables, and your goal is to be able to evaluate the values. Okay, so and then it says all this essential knowledge. I'm going to be going over all this essential knowledge just like normal, so don't worry about reading through this right now. So we have all this stuff right here. Print 2 plus 3, 2 minus 3, 2 times 3, 2 divided. So it's going to go through and print all of these out. These ones should be pretty straightforward. Obviously, that's 5. Obviously, that's -1. And I'm not going to write them all in there because it's going to print to the screen. But you can go through and see all those. This one's a little bit tricky. Does anybody know what this is going to print out right here? It is going to actually be 0. Because it's doing an int divided by an int, and it's taking it as an int. So it basically truncates the 0.6 repeating. Okay, so actually let's run this just to kind of show you that. If you programmed before, then you kind of know that's how it is. That's what it is. That's how it was with Python as well. Run this here. Try to line it up here. So we got 5, we got the -1, 2 times 3 is 6. Here's that 0 that Aiden just said, 2 divided by 3. Okay, the mod is a little bit different. That's going to be brand new. I'm not going to waste a bunch of time on it right now because it's actually in the inquiry activity that you're going to do. It basically just does the remainder if you did long division of 2 divided by 3. Okay, if you did 2 divided by 3, the remainder is 2. Okay, so if I did like 15 divided by 2, the remainder is going to be 1. Right, so if I compile this and run it, right here at the 1. Okay, so the mod just does whatever the remainder is when you divide 2 numbers. If you change this to like a 14, there's no remainder because it's divisible by 2. 14 is divisible by 2, so it's going to be a remainder of 0. Okay. This one right here is Boolean. Okay, you're going to learn all about this double equal sign. Double equal sign, the way I like to think of it is like it's asking the question, is 2 equal to 0 or is 2 equal to 3? I don't know, true or false. And 2 is not equal to 3, obviously, so it outputs a false. Okay, 2, this exclamation point, equals means not equals. So this is saying, is 2 not equal to 3? That's true, 2 is not equal to 3. And this one, I actually commented it out because it's dividing by 0, and I just wanted to kind of show you an error that you would get if you try to divide by 0. It's called an arithmetic exception. Because you can't divide by 0, the computer doesn't know what that means because it doesn't make any sense. So it would give an error. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. And then this 3.0 divided by 3.0, yes, that's equal to 1, but since you made it a double, it does it as 1.0. So that's what this 1.0 is right here. Okay, this next one right here is based on this right here. I just wanted to show you that variables can change values as long as they are not final. So int num is equal to 1, system.out.println num, it's printing that out, it's printing out the 1. Should do this or something like that to make it a little bit easier to see. Here the console. So you can see num is equal to 1, and then you can see I changed it to num equals num times 2, so now num is 2. Okay, it is really important to understand, my math peeps, that equals does not mean equals in coding. Equals means set equal to. So what this is saying that is take whatever your num is and set it equal to whatever num was times 2. Okay, in this case, num was 1, so it's 1 times 2 is 2. It does not say that num is equal to num times 2. Num is not equal to num times 2, obviously, because 1 is 1 and the other one's 2. 1 is not equal to 2. It's saying set equal. It's an assignment operator. It says it right here, assignment operator. It's assigning a value. It's saying setting it equal to it. It's not equal to it. It's not like the equal sign in math. Okay, and then it's printing it out right here. Oh, that's embarrassing. Go back to here. All right, and you can kind of see all these here. All right, I'm going to do the arithmetic exception really quick just to kind of show you. It does compile. You should know that it does compile, but when you actually run it, it'll throw an exception error right here at the bottom. If you notice, it stopped as soon as where the error occurred. And so all this other stuff was good. And then right as it divided by 0, it says divide by 0, arithmetic exception. Okay. So that is a super quick, oh, by the way, this is called the modulus or modulo operator that does the remainder. You're going to learn all about it in the activity. Again, this is just a sneak preview. Again, I'm realizing I'm talking really fast, but I love this stuff, so I tend to get super excited about it. I'm sorry. I think that's pretty much it. Any questions on anything that I went through?